10 vital health and safety practices for all repair shops. The offer is tempting. All a business owner has to do is rent out the garage to a subcontracting repair company and charge rent. The repair company will pay it too. Because it's a great spot for road traffic. What's the worst that could happen? How about a major industrial accident that leaves the business landowner owing millions? You may be surprised by how many things could go wrong in such a simple scenario. But the increased risk of industrial accidents on repair shop sites has created the need for recommended practices and standards for safety in all repair shops. In this article, we're going to review some of the basic standards, as well as how you can seek compensation if an accident happens. OSHA Guidelines. OSHA Occupational Safety and Health Administration made a list of repair safety guidelines. Essentially, the standards and recommendations emphasize the potential danger of electrical equipment, moving car parts, toxic chemicals, and other hazardous machines commonly used in garages. Most guidelines involve protecting workers from respiratory damage, as well as guarding against sharp or heavy machine parts. For example, shop owners must make sure that workers who spray finish cars use a metal spray booth so that fumes can be directed towards an exhaust or ventilation system. The floors of the spray booths must have non-combustible covers when dealing with flammable liquids. Employers and owners are expected to fully inform all subcontractors about chemical dangers and that all liquids are labeled. At the discretion of the employer, workers are advised to use protective equipment when operating machines or working with chemicals in the garage. Not only might these include gloves or boots, but also respirator masks to avoid breathing in fumes. Fire extinguishers should also be on site and easily accessible. Additional guidelines, but OSHA only recommends the minimum safety standard. Most repair shops make additional rules to protect employees, property, and vehicles. Some of these common rules include never smoke around flammables. Keep work areas organized and clean. Do not wear loose or ripped clothing. Workers should wear protective clothing and coverings. Make sure fire extinguishers are easy to reach. Workers should be taught how to handle car parts with electrical systems. Workers should be taught safety for going under cars. Workers should be taught safety for handling a running engine. Workers should monitor the vehicle's temperature before beginning work. Workers should remove the key from ignition when working with any wire or fuses. Better education regarding possible risks will help workers to think and react defensively. The more prepared and aware of certain risks, the more they might avoid serious injury even in the worst-case scenario. Contacting an experienced industrial accident lawyer. What to expect: an industrial accident could cause an even greater injury because of hazardous chemicals, and it could be bad for the entire neighborhood. Not just the person injured. Fires, explosions, emissions of toxic chemicals. All of these circumstances could merit an industrial-scale accident. If you or someone you know is injured or killed, do not hesitate to contact a lawyer. There are industrial accident lawyers at the We & Law Firm, for instance, who specialize in handling cases exactly like this. Is a lawsuit really worth it? If you were injured in a garage, chances are you have a friendly relationship with some of the employers or workers at the place of business. But lawsuits really should not be personal. If not the person responsible, who else is going to pay for high medical bills, loss of work, pain and suffering, and other damages? Should the injured person pay these costs, even though they were not at fault? We here at Automotive Addicts previously wrote about how litigation is resolved in the event of a car accident. And garage and repair shop liability is no different. At the end of the day, you must take care of yourself and pay your bills so that you can receive life-saving medical treatment. Don't hesitate to reach out if you've been injured on the job. Reposted from source automotiveaddicts.com.